Welcome to another video for Whip Smart. My name is Amy Lillard, and I am the executive director of Whip Smart. And I cannot tell you how excited I am about this conversation today with Aramis Hamer, who is a visual artist among many other talented things. What I love about her story is that she made the leap from the full-time nursing job into being a creative entrepreneur. And she's incredibly successful and incredibly passionate about what she does. With that, I'm delighted to introduce Aramis to you today. Hey, welcome. It's very good to have you here.
Thank you, Amy. I'm super excited. Like when you all reached out, I was like, there needs to be more organizations like this. We need to spread the word that first artists can have a successful career doing what they love. So I'm thrilled to share the message. I really am. But yeah, so I'm Aramis Hamer. I'm a visual artist and muralist. I love color. I'm truly obsessed with color. So I love to paint colorful cosmic queens that's really inspired by divine femininity, nature, music, astrology. I'm actually just finished a zodiac series. Yeah, so I'm living out here in Seattle, Washington, born and raised in Chicago, and I've been out here for a few years now, maybe about 9. Actually, I think it's coming up on a decade. Maybe I can call myself an actual Seattleite now. But yeah, and I'm just super grateful to be able to pursue what I love. And that's truly from my community of supporters, patrons, collectors. Yeah, and it all started as me being a registered nurse and decided to make a nice slow transition to what I do today.
I see you online in so many ways. You have your own website, you're on Instagram, you're on YouTube, but I kind of want to focus in on Patreon because you've been had such success in that, on that platform specifically. So why did you choose Patreon to be a way in which that people can support your work? Like, what was that choice?
Here was the thing. Even though I felt financially successful, just because anything at that point was like, this is amazing. Oh my God, did I just sell a print for $20? I felt like I was rich. Okay. So I was still super grateful for it, but I would sell stuff one day and then the next day, no sales, and then sell stuff one day. So it was just so unpredictable, where I feel like I truly wasn't able to grow in a way because I didn't have like a solid foundation. I was feeling so overwhelmed. I was like, I need help. And in order for me to get help, I need to hire people. But I felt scared hiring people, like where now people are counting on me to pay them, but I'm not even sure if I'm gonna get a paycheck, because it's so up and down. So Patreon was that consistent, secure foundation of income where now I can actually bring on a team. I can actually pay my studio rent on a consistent basis. I can turn down some projects that might not truly feel mission aligned, because before I would be like, oh, sure, because I was broke. It's a completely different energy when you are taking a project from desperation versus taking one because you're really excited about the mission. You're really excited about what somebody is trying to do, and you truly want to partner with them versus just being like bankrupt. So I felt like Patreon was like, oh, here's a model where I can have some consistent income. But it was also like, like the stuff that people see is truly the tip of the iceberg of everything that's like going on to help me build this like creative empire. And so I'm like, this is fun content too. And so I'm like, how do I share this in a way where people can feel like they have more access? Because this is also questions that I was getting in my DMs on Instagram, like, oh, well, how did you or like, what inspires you? Like, I was getting all these questions. And so I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can actually build a community around this where I can share even deeper. I can share some of the stuff that like might not be highly searchable on YouTube, but my actual sacred circle of community of people will really get excited to see like why I chose this color, or like why I decided to join forces with this brand, and like it's like specific songs that actually inspired this painting, and like the more I started to share about that, the more people were like, oh yeah, more and more. So I was like, okay, cool. I feel like I'm on the right track. And then lastly, Patreon had the infrastructure. Like they had the actual digital platform to make that idea come to reality. So I felt like Patreon was perfect.
I'm curious to know if you have an opinion. You know, WhipSmart has a very large audience and you're a visual artist. Do you have an opinion about whether it's good for all creative entrepreneurs, or does it work better for certain
Mm-hmm.
certain
Mm-hmm.
types of creatives?
I feel like generally, as like creative people, or just as creators in general, people just want to be in your mind. You know, like people want to explore your imagination. You know, whether you're writing a book, painting a mural, whether you're writing a song, or even cooking. You know, like I follow this vegan chef on YouTube. I forgot her name, but she is amazing, right? I would love to see outtakes of her testing her food and it was disgusting, you know, like of her being like, "Ooh, okay, y'all, I'm gonna take out the turmeric. This was not good." So she wrote this vegan book, which I have one of these other vegan chef books that's here in the kitchen. It's like, I want to see this rough journey. And I feel like we're all really looking for this raw, real, authentic experience for people. It's like, how did you even put this recipe together? Like, I love cooking too. So I'm just enamored how creative people are in the kitchen, you know? So yeah, there's so many different ways to share different tidbits, no matter what creative field you're in.
Besides you know, kind of unveiling your your creative work and the way that you work, is there anything, I mean, you are statistically, according to Patreon, very successful on the platform.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel great about that.
Thank
Uh,
you.
so besides, like, you know, giving people like the secret sauce, for lack of a better word,
Mhm.
um, is there anything else that you can point to that why you're so successful on the platform?
I talk about my Patreon all the time. All the time. And if somebody doesn't know that I have a if somebody doesn't know that I have a Patreon, I've done them a disservice, because I feel like it is my duty to share. And also, I commit a lot of time and energy to my Patreon. So I also don't want that work to be in vain. So it's like, okay, I've created, so for example, this recently went up on my Patreon, and a completely separate 30-minute video of me just going into depth about the truth behind success, because I actually work a lot, and I shared like a small little trailer of it on my Instagram. I love numerology and like sacred geometry. So I shared a 3 minute and 33-second video on my IG. So that was an IGTV trailer of the full 30-minute video that was on my Patreon. So people joined my Patreon that day because they were like, "Oh, like, I love that little 3-minute thing she has shared. I want to see the full 30 minutes." So then by the end of that video, I was like, full 30-minute video on Patreon, you know? So I'm telling people about it. I'm marketing it. I'm promoting it. And so, yeah. And since I am putting that level, because also it's not even about the finances, like the Patreon community, I want them, like, I really want to build this intimate community with them where I can truly just be 100% real, like 100% real and raw, and like truly let them know what's going on behind the veil. And literally, I was like, ain't nobody about to sit and listen to this 30-minute video. Like, this is a joke. So I was like, whatever. Okay. So at the end of it, I was like, okay, if you stay for this whole video, say this in comments. I had said this word. It was like 27 comments of everybody saying that, because I told them that I was going to send them a bonus. I'm like, I'm never doing that again, because I didn't think stay till the end. I truly did it. I was like, okay, ain't nobody about to stay to the end. And the people who will stay to the end of your video, is your patrons. Like they are truly invested. And it just warms my heart in such a phenomenal way. So when you think about YouTube, one thing that helps determine your success on YouTube is your audience retention, how long somebody's watching the video. And, you know, with the clickbaity stuff on YouTube and how short attention spans can be, as TikTok is, it's like, I'm like, it's, you know, people aren't really staying that long these days. But with Patreon, oh, your 30-minute video, your hour-long video, people are listening and watching. And so it's just a beautiful community of people.
You hinted at something in your previous comment about this balance between, you know, the work and the payoff, right? So it takes so much time to make the videos to, like you said, 27 people in the comments, and I have to, you know, now do the bonus. Like, how does that come into your head, this idea of how much work do I have to do to yield this result? Does that weigh on you? And is that?
It does. It does 100%. So like literally, whenever somebody joins Patreon, I always send them a message, welcome them. I always ask them how they found me. People find me on YouTube a lot and my Instagram, but a lot of people found me from pretty much two videos. It was my art studio tour on YouTube, as well as my videos around like how to stretch a canvas, how I store my canvases. People are on YouTube typing in this search, and a video I made a year ago, people are still finding now, and now I'm still able to reap the benefit from that. So in the beginning, yeah, it took me a long time to record that video, to edit that video, to upload it, do all the process. But once that front work was all done, now it's just a machine. It's definitely worth it though, you know? So it's like, yeah, you know, but then also it's like, would I rather be, you know, talking to my supporters and saying, thank you so much, and like sending them out, or would I rather be at the hospital being on the IV team at Swedish Hospital? You know, it's like, I would rather be editing this video right now and painting in my studio. I'm cool with that trade-off.
Artists are so uncomfortable with pricing their work, right? And so I just wanted to ask you this question about how did you price your tiers, and what can you tell other people who are in the situation about valuing their work and pricing their work?
So first things, my tiers are going up soon. Okay. The previous me from a year ago was just completely blown away that people would even spend $2 a month for that. And I think it's something to be said about artists who experience imposter syndrome, who don't feel like their work is worthy. Because when you are in a space where you feel like it's just a gift for you to even be there, or like, oh my God, thank goodness they even let me in the door, you crumbs, you're gonna be over the moon, you know? But it's like when you establish a reality that you belong here and you are actually worthy, it starts to shift in a beautiful way that's empowering for you and empowering for others, but can also be difficult when you make that shift, you know? And so I think it's important for artists to start where they are, because you are going to have to be comfortable. Because so first of all, the reason why I had mentioned before why my Patreon is successful, I talk about it a lot. But in order for you to feel comfortable talking about it a lot, you have to feel confident in it, right? And so if you don't feel confident having a tier that's like $40 a month, you probably aren't going to talk about it. You aren't going to get any patrons. That's fine. But if you start at a place where you feel comfortable and confident, and you can, you know, speak it to somebody in a coffee shop, you can tell your mom, you can tell your aunts, you can text your friends, say, girl, become a patron, you know, that's when you're really going to get the momentum. And what's nice about Patreon, nothing's permanent. You can change those tiers as you evolve, because literally my time is becoming a little bit more scarce these days as I build it and as I grow. And so it's like your value does increase over, and your patrons are excited to see that and excited to be a part of that building process for you. So I think a lot of it is first accepting like it's okay, because I I feel like artists really feel guilty for that too. They're like, oh, I feel bad for feeling bad. And now it starts to perpetuate this cycle. It's like, it's okay. We all started there. I started there 100%. I was blown. Like I cried when people became patrons and joined for $2. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And it truly still is, no matter what. But it's also like, okay, you can start with your $2 tier, be comfortable with that. And once you start building where like, okay, now 100 people join and you're like, okay, well, I might be what they say that I am, then you start to believe it.
What I'm hearing your best advice is in terms of this pricing is like, be confident in that it's worthy of the investment, and that will carry you through.
Here's the thing. We get delivered this information about offering value. It's like, how do we offer value? Like we have to, the value. I think that I 100% agree, but I think this is getting artists in this trap where now they have to feel like they have to offer value outside of their art. So it's like, okay, how do I offer value? I need to teach them how to paint. I need to teach them how to dance, a dance class. So I have to offer value. Your art is the value. Like literally your art is the value. I just remind myself that, why is my community here? They're here first and foremost because of my art. It's like, if they didn't like my art, they wouldn't even be here. Now, of course, like then when people get to know me, okay, great. They love my videos and like energy and just bubbly and like positive vibes. Great. That's the cherry on top. So it's like, if I'm not creating the original baseline value, which is the art, I've given them a disservice. So that I'm saying this, Amy, as I'm telling you this, this is for me right now. This is my message. So I really want to encourage artists to do that, because I saw a Patreon video actually on YouTube where an artist talked about why she stopped Patreon. And she was offering tiers where all of them was based on her teaching. So now she felt like she had another job. So she had her patrons saying, hey, can you teach us how to paint a tree? Can you teach us how to do portrait drawing? It's like, my Patreon tiers are not based on that, because I don't even want to be obligated to have to show up and like teach you and then like do a lesson plan and then try to like coach you through your creative process. I'm already trying to coach myself through my own creative process. I'm not trying to carry that like weight on me too, And so I just want to give artists permission out there to know that you don't have to build some value in addition to what you're already providing. Your art is the value.
What's so interesting across all of your platforms is that it is visually sumptuous. Like every time you go somewhere to see something that you've done, it's beautiful, right? So what do you do to make your pages or your social media stand out? What do you suggest to people if they want to get their Patreon page to pop?
People aren't going to come to your Patreon page just through searching your name on Patreon. You know what I mean? Like all of my traffic sources to my Patreon has been from my primary sources. So I would say, first of all, like just level up all of your platforms in general, your website, your Instagram, your YouTube, your TikTok, your Facebook pages. You drive traffic to your Patreon through your sources. So I would say definitely just like level up all of your platforms in general.
What I'm hearing you say is you got to have those other platforms to drive to your Patreon. So
100%. So I don't recommend that artists try to start a Patreon before they have a community. You have to have somebody to speak to. So if you have an Instagram page and you haven't built up a community there, people aren't gonna come to your page. First of all, having come to your Instagram page, You know what I mean? So it's like, it all pretty much feeds into itself. So you have to build up those other entities first. So if your Instagram looks good, if your website's looking good, it'll all just flow. But you got to talk about it. You got to share.
You are such a delight to talk to. And it is so nice to hear you so positive about the work you do. And I'm so grateful that you're sharing this with us and with the community that we serve. And please, please, please tell us how we can find you.
Absolutely. Well, definitely on the gram. Okay. The gram fam will forever and always have my love. So that is A.O. Hamer. My last name is it's spelled like hammer, but just with one M. So it's at A.O. Hamer. And I'm pretty much that everywhere. aohamer.com for my website. My Patreon is patreon.com/aohamer. And definitely the sweet spot is the newsletter, because that's when I send out everything. So you'll have all the links if you join the newsletter.
Well, thank you again so much. And I would love to have you back sometime. It's so fun talking to you.
Thank you so much, Amy. This has been a pleasure.
All right. Take care.